So what's good with y'all, man? Today we finna react to people tell a pastor why they don't believe in God, man. See what they talking about.
I don't personally believe, right? But it's like, that doesn't mean that we can't live the same way.
Hey there, I'm Erica Campbell.
Before we get into this, I want to explain to y'all that I do believe in a God. I believe in the Most High, yes. But do I believe in religion? No. And that's kind of confusing to most people. Like I do believe in the books. Like I believe in the Bible. I believe in the Quran, and I believe in the Torah. I feel like all three of those books makes up the holy tablets. And I feel like if you only read in the Bible, then you only get partial information, and so on with the Quran and the Torah. Like if you're only reading one of those books and nothing else, you only get partial information, and it's up to you to, you feel me, decipher, like, and put the puzzles together. But that was obviously set up by design by man, But they're still the same thing. If you get what I'm saying. Hopefully, I didn't lose you. But basically, religion is different from the actual book itself.
I'm a singer, a songwriter, I'm a mom, a wife, and all around cool chick. So today I'm sitting down with people from different ends of the faith spectrum. We're just gonna have a healthy conversation. Can't wait to get into it. I'm really excited.
My name is Josh, and I am a former Christian.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I identify as an atheist.
My name is Nina, and I identify as agnostic.
I was raised in a very strict Mormon household. I was the very first one in my family to leave the church. I have been a happy non-believer ever since.
I guess technically I was raised in the Catholic faith, kind of by default. We went to church sometimes on Christmas, usually like weddings or funerals, something like that.
I grew up lightly Hindu. We're like culturally Hindu, but I kind of came to the conclusion that like whether or not there is a God or there isn't a God, like.
And that's what religion do to you, bro. Religion was set up by the devil, bro. Like whether you want to believe it or not, or call it a conspiracy, bro, whatever you want to call it, bro. But religion was set up by the devil to confuse us and make us pick a side of what is right and what is wrong. And you feel me? And it's only getting part. Like even when you go to church, the pastor only tells you partial truth. He only tells you certain books of the Bible to read. Like he don't even read the Bible from front to back. And same with the Quran. Like no pastor or whatever, they don't read that from front to back. They don't do that, bro. They pick and choose, and that's like by design, bro. And it confuses people. So it's like most people, they either believe it out of fear of going to hell, or they don't believe it at all. You feel me? Like it's either or, bro. There's no in between. There's no middle, bro. And that's by design.
It has no bearing on like how I live my life.
I don't think she'll be able to in any way convert me suddenly back.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous.
Like I hope I don't say anything to offend her.
Hey.
Hey there.
Man, if you're a pastor, bro, you shouldn't be getting offended anyway, bro. You should know who you're dealing with, bro. I've been dealt with a lot of pastors, bro, that get offended when you ask questions, bro, and they feel like you being disrespectful, bro. Like you shouldn't be a pastor, bro, if you don't know what you're talking about, or you feel me, nah, bro.
I'm Josh.
I'm Erica.
I'm Emily.
Erica.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
And Nina?
Yes, I'm Nina.
Erica. Nice to meet you. So I'm a Christian. How would you identify?
Atheist.
Atheist.
Non-believer.
Okay. So do you believe that like there's no God, or there's something out there and you don't know what it is?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I identify as an atheist.
If like agnosticism and atheism is like a spectrum.
Bro, I'm sorry for pausing, bro, but that's like the most saddest thing, bro, is to have no belief, bro, have no faith, no hope, period, bro. And again, bro, that's by design, bro, but that's just crazy, bro.
I'm like somewhere in it.
I think that when we die, it's lights out, and that's the blissful end to all of it.
Is that bliss though? Like
It is.
So let me ask you a question. What do you believe exists beyond the universe? It's like the area where our minds kind of exist, not the human, not the tangible.
I don't think that exists either.
You don't?
I don't. I think that everything that exists is what exists right here, right now, in this moment, in your body.
I was raised in the Catholic community. I just remember the first thing we talked about was Adam and Eve, and I just remember being like, that's just like a little story.
Culturally, we're Hindu. Personally, for me, it felt.
Bro, these books are not just made up stories. And that's what the devil wants you to believe. Believe that these are made up stories and these aren't in the history books. So you feel me? Why do we have to take them? We consider these as myths. But if you go along every single book, Where the only difference you might see is the change of names might be a little different, and that's because of translation. But if you really look at the events that's taking place, every book is telling you the same story or the same thing or the same God. It's just different perspectives, but it's all the same thing. So you can't call it myths, bro. They all telling you the same thing.
Like a lot of the stories of it, or they're just like stories. There's a lot of like people with multiple arms and like angels are blue, which is like not real.
So I was raised Mormon. My mom helped run the Relief Society. My dad was a bishop for a long time. My grandpa was a bishop. I was the very first member of my family to walk away from it all. And
They respond to that.
not well at first.
I grew up similar to you, but mine was a Pentecostal church called the Church of God in Christ. And my father was a preacher, my mom was over the choir. But there was a lot of things that didn't always make sense to me, like why we were so poor. If you live for Jesus, everything's supposed to work out right, But the same way, I wouldn't doubt love because people have gotten love wrong. And that's kind of how I feel about God. And I think it's very reassuring to me that after this is over, there's something greater. So most people who don't believe there was some, traumatic church experience or some long
Facts.
line of this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense. Okay, y'all don't make sense, so maybe he doesn't make sense.
I do find fault
Yeah.
with like Catholicism in general.
We're not really like practicing, so we weren't like praying or like studying or anything. And so I just kind of like fell away from that as a religion.
I got kicked out of Sunday school because I was arguing with the teacher about the age of the earth. In 6 days, 6,000 years, I'm like, but dinosaurs.
I grew up in a church where secular music was a saying, everybody was the devil, you can't interact, it's gonna infiltrate you.
My mom, her favorite saying growing up was, the devil gets to you in little ways.
Yes.
Like the first time I wanted a mohawk at 9.
And that's actually a fact. Now, the Mohawk, I don't know, but that actually is a fact. The devil do get into your life in subtle ways that you wouldn't think through. Of like women, certain people that come into your life, like it comes in the ways that the things that it's come in your dreams sometimes. Like the things you hope and desire usually is through the devil. Like the fast cars, that's probably the devil 9 times out of 10, bro. Like anything that's materialistic, bro, is like 9 times out of 10 the devil, bro. Like God rarely blesses people, and this might be controversial. God rarely blesses people with material. He'll bless you with a bunch of abundance of love and caring, but he very rarely blesses people in abundance of cars and houses and this and that, bro. That's worldly things that doesn't matter. That's why I don't believe in paying tithes at church, because God doesn't, he wouldn't want you to, what would God do with your money? That's to keep the church up. You feel me? Like if you're going to give back in tithes, give back some food that people need. Like that's giving back. That's how you can help somebody, is to food, give back to you feel me? In some way like that, bro. But money, that ain't going to do nothing but just help the pastor eat. Ain't nobody else benefiting from that.
9 years old, she was like, devil gets to you through your hair. Like,
Yeah.
I got really lucky and I have
Just might.
great parents, and they were like, be kind, be a good person,
Yeah.
like help each other out, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I feel like my moral compass.
It's good.
I hope so. I think so. I'm working on it.
the core of Mormon belief is the Holy Bible, the King James Version specifically. Every time I read something, what I saw was a twist for human gain.
I know all the same stories and I had the very same questions. And what I feel like, what I know the Bible is, it is all an example of how crazy and chaotic our world is. If you believed in God, what would that look like to you?
I feel like if there was a God, I think it would be something like kind of unimaginable that I couldn't like process as a human being.
Do you believe in life after?
And that's why a lot of people don't believe in God, because it's too unbelievable to most people, bro. We think of God as in our worldly mind, in our human mind, bro. Most people can't grasp God because they don't want to leave their earthly views, bro. They don't want to leave their worldly mindset, bro. So they don't really believe in God, or if they do believe in God, they twist the words of God to fit their own sick lifestyle, bro. Like nobody truly believes in God for what God is.
I don't. Before I was like, I don't know, maybe like raw energy, like what happens to us when we're dead, like, and nobody knows, and that's the crazy thing, right? And
Actually, we do know, bruh. Like I hate when people say that when they be like, that's how you know. If somebody says that, that's how you know they're lost and confused. If they say nobody knows after this, bro, like we do know. It's either you go to heaven or you go to hell. Like what people don't know is what heaven looks like or what hell looks like specifically, but it's definitely, you feel me, you either go to the lake of fire or you go to eternal paradise. You feel me? Like I hate when people say that, bro.
But very recently, actually, my twin brother passed away this summer, and so I've been, thank you, but I've been, like searching for him, and I've been like trying to be kind of like open, like if, if it is like a thing, like please freaking talk to me, you know what I mean? And like I haven't felt it. I haven't felt him. I haven't.
Because you're not seeking him, you're denying him. Like you can't, you feel me? You can't do that, bro. Like you don't believe in him, so how can you expect him to come to you in your life? Like that's not how it works.
Seen him. And so that kind of for me was
And of course, you cannot see him. He's the Most High. Like, why would the Most High show himself to humans? You feel me? Like it would. You feel me? Like he comes to you through signs. And even if we was to see him, we would die. That's why we won't meet the Most High until we're dead. And not only we dead when we go to heaven, and if you're going to hell, you'll never see him ever, and like ever. You feel me? And it's like you have to reap the benefits of, you feel me, seeing him. You have to earn that, bro. You don't just physically see him, bro. And that's what's wrong with these people. They feel like, well, I can't see him, so he's not real. You can't see air. You feel me? But you still believe in air. You never saw Abraham Lincoln, but you still believe Abraham Lincoln was there because you saw it in a book, right? Like that's
like, okay, like he's just dead. And that's, something that I'm just kind of like, okay, like I'm just never gonna see him again. He's still, with me every day, and I think about him every single day. But it's like I just, I was open for it, and I still am, like if something were to happen or whatever. But like, me thinking about him every day and remembering him and everything that I do, it's like I feel like that for me is like enough,
Every time I look at any form of organized religion, the only thing I see is division. More wars have been fought over religion than anything else.
I agree
Whereas
with that.
when I look at a world with no religion, you suddenly, everyone has to own up to just what they are and who they are. They can no longer hide behind and say, well,
And that's not, and I agree with that, bro. Religion has, he's explaining everything of what I'm saying, bro. Like, you feel me? Religion really divided us, bro, and make you feel like you got to pick this side or pick that side, bro. And most Christians, they feel like all they got to do is get on their knees and pray and repent, bro, instead of actually taking ownership, bro. But then when you go to the Muslims, they tell you, bro, that you can't always do that, bro. You actually got to do good deeds. You actually got to show progress, bro. So it's like you got to put the two together, bro. You got to put the puzzle together, bro, to know the truth.
I won't bake a cake for these gay couple because my religion says that I don't have to. You can't hide.
And again, with gay people, like I would never discriminate against gay people. Do I support LGBT? No, I do not. And I'm telling you this straight up. I do not support that. But at the same time, I wouldn't discriminate them. Like if they was like, I got a clothing line. If they want to buy a shirt for me, I'm not gonna. Oh well, you're homosexual. I'm no. I'm like I don't care about that on that aspect. What I care about is because they're obviously destroying the family and they're destroying. You feel me? The human race, bro. But at the same time, it's like they're still a person, bro, and they're still deserving of human rights, and they're still deserving of love. If you get what I'm saying, bro.
Behind that.
There's always going to be conflict in religion because religion is man-made. All you see these movies and there's always a devil on one shoulder and an angel. I really think that's real. I think there's always a battle for the best of us and the worst of us. If there was one question of God that you could ask if you believed in God, what would you ask?
That's a really hard one.
Is it? Girl, ask everything.
And there'll probably be a lot of general, just like whys.
But he cares about you, and that's what I know
Does
for
he?
sure. Yes, you. What makes you happy? What makes you sad?
I feel so small. And like the concept of a God, it feels so big, like I said.
Yeah.
And I feel so small, and it seems impossible to me that anything that oversees like our whole world or our whole universe would have time for me.
Absolutely.
And that's what I said. They think of the Most High from this aspect, from a human and a sinful nature, bro. From a bro, the Most High is forever loving, bro. His love is greater than everything, bro. The universe itself, bro. It transcends time itself, bro. Like you cannot quantify God, bro, and put him in this little box, bro. Like he's nah.
I think that there's still a lot of questions there. You know what I mean? Even from what you've said, still a lot of questions. And I think that's the best way to be, like to always ask why, the whys of the whys. Why do I feel this way? Why don't I believe? Could I believe again?
Right.
You know, what could cause me to believe again? Because clearly there's something that caused me not to believe. If I told you that I would pray for you, what would you ask me to pray for?
That's a great question. Probably not for me, but for like my family, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for them to be like well and good and happy.
Yeah.
From my perspective,
It's very
everything
selfless.
you've said,
Like that.
you can do without any religion. And it's completely freeing for me. The most free I ever felt was the day I walked away and said, I don't have to believe in any of this stuff anymore. Because to me, God, religion, all of it, it's completely superfluous to human existence.
You shouldn't, you feel me, tie God with religion. God is the Most High. Religion was man-made, bro. Like those are two different things, bro.
Don't need it. You can live a happy, productive, good, charitable life without it.
I believe in, you know, if there's a good
Actually, you can't do none of that if the Most High don't bless it, bro. Like if he don't bless it, you just gonna die right here and now. If he don't bless you with life, you're dying, bro. Like if you haven't earned the will to live, bro, you're going to die, bro. Like this is earning, bro. To live and breathe every single day, you earn that, bro, by your actions, bro, by your deeds that you do in your life, bro. Like if you're not taking care of your body, if you're not taking care of the vessel that God blessed you with, bro, He's gonna take that away from you, bro. He's gonna give you a disease, bro. Disease is gonna run famine and throughout your body, bro. Your bloodstream is gonna become poisonous, bro. Like because you didn't respect yourself, bro. Like, or if you don't respect the universal laws, you out here stealing, robbing, and killing, bro. This and that, bro. God is gonna return that favor to you, bro. He's gonna take your life, bro. Whether he take your freedom and you're in prison the rest of your life, or he might actually literally kill you, bro, or have you killed, bro. Like this stuff is a blessing that we don't really take in, bro. Like this life is a blessing, bro, but we take it for granted.
there has to be a bad. You know, we can't always explain some of the complexities and craziness of this world, but I think God brings gravity to it all, to the question.
I love hearing what you have to say. I don't think I necessarily agree with all of it.
So I believe that God knows you. He knows your name. He knows how many hairs are on your head. Beautiful hair, by the way.
Thank you.
I had to purchase mine. Nevertheless, I think he knows everything about you and wants to know more.
This has been such a great conversation, and you're such a warm, like, I feel really like comfortable here. Yeah, just this has been really great.
Awesome.
It's been amazing talking to you.
Great talking to you, Emily.
You can finish up the last 13 seconds.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
But damn, I done just clicked up the whole new
If
video.
you're a college student like me, especially.
But yeah, man, I just want to wrap that video up and just say, man, that there is a Most High out there, man. And all you have to do is seek him. He's waiting for you at the end of the day. And it's like a lot of people are going to end up going to hell because they were confused. Or not only there's not even the fact that they're confused. It's the fact that they're denying. Like once you hit the age of accountability, you know right or wrong. You know that there's a Most High. You just denying him at that point out of your own selfishness because it doesn't fit your sick lifestyle. So you deny him, or it just or out of ignorance. You feel me? But you're choosing to ignore him. You're choosing to not seek more information from him. You're choosing this. Everything in life is a choice, bro. So, and your choices have consequences, and the choices that you're choosing is going to land you in hell. So, I'm out of here, y'all, man. Stay safe.